Hello, I'm filmmaker Sean Justice. You know, when I started to plan my first feature film, Going the Distance, in 1998, I knew I had a lot to learn about filmmaking, even though I'd gone to school for it. I read books and articles which mostly dealt with multi-million-dollar feature films, not down in the trenches micro-budget films like the one I was planning. I also talked with other filmmakers to pick their brains, but there weren't many to draw from. So I moved forward and shot the film with a few experienced crew members. I finished Going the Distance in 2000 and got it to market, learning a lot in the process. When I started shooting my second film, The Reconciler, in 2014, I had a wealth of knowledge from working on Going the Distance and other projects. In the process of making The Reconciler, we shot hours and hours of behind-the-scenes footage, which I used in promotional videos, but I always wanted to do something more with it. My vision was to help others learn from my experience, including filmmakers, actors, and others interested in the industry. The result is this 35-plus episode series. Through the series, I'll share insights I've learned and advice that will hopefully help you before you're involved in your next feature, short film, or TV series. If you know of anyone that might be interested in the industry, send them a link. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So let's get started on this journey. Day one takes us into the dark recesses of a Portland, Oregon industrial building. As an independent filmmaker, I'm always looking for locations or having locations picked that you can utilize the most of. And this is, on our first 3 days, this is one of those locations. We shot 32 pages between 3 characters over this time, and we moved so quickly. Jeff, our production designer there, did an amazing job taking this empty room and creating the set that we really needed, that had a lot of drama to it, I guess, for lack of a better word, a lot of texture. So Jeff and my DP Kevin there are talking over, of course, things on the first day. 2/3 of the room was our set, and then the back third was where we stored our equipment. We had Video Village. And of course, Kevin, his cameo.
That's bad.
Or at least we tried. His son Isaiah was on board as well. And my son Joshua, there in the blue, was the first AC for Kevin, changing out lenses and other equipment that Kevin needed quickly. We started the first shot. It was actually the first shot of the film too, that morning, to kick it all off. We also caught Jordan on the floor.
So what do you think?
What I'm thinking right now is I'm unconscious on the floor, and as soon as I open my eyes, I'm surprised. Right now, it's me and a hard floor, and I'm loving it.
The whole first scene is actually them being unconscious. Jordan and Scott, who is my co-writer on the film, he plays one of the key roles, which he's an actor as well, great actor. And of course, as Jordan's character wakes up and tries to figure out where he is, who this person he's in this room with that he's never seen before, and checking it all out, I actually happened to help out being the AC operator initially. I used my Red camera for a couple of years before we started shooting this film, so I knew it real well. I knew how to look at the monitor on the Red camera and read it well and get an idea of what the image actually is. We had a Video Village back behind here, as we'll see in a minute, but a lot of the times I was really close to Kevin, being next to the camera and being in the middle of the action, which I actually prefer more than anything. The interesting thing about a team, too, that you choose for your crew, for your actors, it's so important to have a fluid group, especially since you're working long hours together and you are shooting a lot of material really fast. The quicker you can get to kind of a streamlined group, the better. And it pays off in the end because you get so much more done. And there's Andrea there, my script supervisor, taking notes and keeping us on track.
How do I feel? I think my arm is asleep. I've been on this, it is 10:50, I think I've been on this ground since 9:30. But that's what you do. This is showbiz right here. This is showbiz. The funny thing is, when you help come up with the story, you really cannot complain because you really have no one but yourself to blame for your situation. Yeah, it was my brilliant idea to start with 2 guys unconscious on the ground. So I got no one to blame for this but me.
Scott, he was actually in the play, played the same role. So it was easy for him to take the lead and do a good job.
I feel great because the microphones are taped in just right. As long as the little boxes don't show, I'm good.
Well, I love the role of James because I think it embodies who I am as a person. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm really excited for this next scene. If you look, the wall isn't here right now, but when that metal door slides over, I'm going to be slamming into that with my shoulder, and hopefully I won't break a bone or anything. But I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm probably going to die. So if this is my last video, I just want to tell everyone that I love you guys. But we got to finish the rest of the movie, so maybe they'll get a stunt double. I don't know. No, I know I'm going to have to do it myself. I'm a little scared right now, but I'm going to tough it out. And this is my twin.
I think that
Alex
I'd be
is
a good stunt double. That's what I think.
We have a permanent stunt double and stand-in right now.
Yep, that's the person being an identical twin.
That's
Here at
what
the
it is.
Reconciler, we're
That's
here to
right.
reconcile.
We're here to reconcile our differences
To
together.
reconcile. Let's do it.
But first, I gotta wake up Ed by poking him with a sharp cane.
That's right. See you later on the set.
I'll see you later.
Those guys were a ball of energy. This is the scene that he's talking about. Jeff did this amazing job, even with this panel that he touches the keys on. We add in sound effects in post-production of the little beeps. But it served its purpose. And you can just see the texture there that he created with the boxes. And he actually created that wall back there for the bathroom that we use later in the movie. But all those boxes, of course, are empty. They're prop pieces. Of course, we break for lunch. And one of the most important things on independent film, feed your crew well. And they appreciate it very, very much. A lot of them aren't working for a whole lot. So if you feed them well, it kind of pays off in the end too.
This is how you have to eat right now. Right before you shoot.
So far the dialogue has been fantastic.
You made him.
As the creator. No, you did. I was part of it. God used me.
Oh yeah.
No, I think the interesting thing about this room too is we didn't use a lot of movie lights. We used those lights up above, and then we brought in reflectors that we moved around really quickly. And that is what allowed us to get 32 pages shot in 3 days. The other thing I did is I worked with these guys using Skype before we came to set. They were in Boston, the twins were in LA, and we Skyped, and we ended up running through the lines and getting them just down. So by the time they knew how I wanted them as a director said. And so for the most part, they knew their lines, they showed up, and that's important, especially if you don't have rehearsals as an independent filmmaker with your actors that you bring in, where you don't have time or just can't meet, is you can use Skype even to go through and rehearse. So by the time you get to set, everybody knows everything. This, of course, after lunch is when Scott is conscious in this scene, which he was very grateful for, to be able to sit up and talk and interact with the other actors. The other thing that you'll see here is we use a lot of handheld shots in these more intense scenes, and just take note of that. That's important because it provides a lot more tension and you'll see that in a lot of movies. They use that to create excitement.
Give me a hand. Sure.
And that is the first episode of our Behind the Scenes Reconciler series. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Remember, picking the right team is so important. I know it makes sense, but pick people that actually want to be there and get along with each other. You have enough to be concerned with otherwise. Oh, and feed them well. They'll appreciate it. Also, save time and money by doing some initial rehearsals with your actors through programs like Skype. This way, you can see how they do and communicate the expectations of certain things before they get to set. If you're an actor, save the day by suggesting this as a tool. Join us next time, where we'll do some stunt work with our stunt coordinator, John. Just so you know, I'll be releasing 1 or 2 of these videos a week, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn the notifications bell on so you can catch them when they come out. If you like this video, please let us know by liking it, and please leave us any comments or questions as well. I try to respond as quickly as I can. If you want to watch The Reconciler or any of our other movies, click on the link below. Finally, I often get questions about what training, software programs, and equipment I'd recommend for beginners. To help with this, I've set up a resources page on our site. On it, I talk about some great training courses and some other resources for filmmaking, and even list some website tools to build your own site. The final part of the resources page are kits of recommended products. This includes various camera packages, grip and lighting gear, and post-production tools. The link is justicepictures.com/resources. It's also in the description below. Check it out. That's it for now. We'll see you next time on The Reconciler.